Let me heal you, Sienna.
I'm not looking for romance right now.
Get out of my house right now!
Is he really my dad, Mommy? I'm so scared.
Shh, it's okay, baby.
Mommy? Zoe's small voice trembled. Why is everyone crying? The spell broke. Sienna adjusted her grip on Zoe, holding her daughter like a shield. We need to go, now! Sienna, please! Tae Young stood, reaching for her. Don't. She stepped back. Don't touch us. Zoe squirmed in her mother's arms, looking back at Tae Young with curious eyes that were exactly like his. Mommy, did I do something wrong? No, baby. You didn't do anything wrong. We just need to go home. Tae Young moved to block her path to the parking lot. Is she mine? The question pierced through Sienna's armor. She looked at him, really looked at him, for the first time since he'd appeared at her company 3 weeks ago. His face was older now, harder, but underneath she could still see the man she'd loved, the man who'd destroyed her. Does it matter? Her laugh was bitter. You left. You made your choice. I didn't know. His voice broke. God, Sienna, I swear I didn't know you were pregnant. Because you didn't answer. The words exploded from her, loud enough that other park-goers turned to stare. I tried, Tae Young, for months. I called, I emailed, I went through every channel I could think of, and you chose silence. Zoe started crying, overwhelmed. Mommy, I want to go home. Sienna held her tighter. We're going, baby. Tae Young reached out again. Please, 5 minutes. Let me explain. Explain? Sienna's voice rose. You want to explain how you walked out on our anniversary? How you told me you didn't love me and left the next day? How you disappeared to Tokyo while I was pregnant and alone? It wasn't like that. How you moved on with someone else? Sienna talked over him. I saw the photos, Tae Young. You and Yuki Tanaka at galas, at restaurants, looking so happy, while I was throwing up every morning and trying to figure out how to tell you I was carrying your child. Yuki was never... I don't care. Sienna's control shattered. I don't care about your excuses. I spent 6 months waiting for you to call back, 6 months checking my phone, hoping you'd change your mind, 6 months getting bigger and more scared while you were building your new life. Tae Young's face crumbled. I was trying to protect you. Protect me? You protected me by abandoning me? By letting me go through pregnancy alone? By missing our daughter's birth, her first smile, her first steps, her first words? Tears streamed down both their faces. Zoe had buried her head in Sienna's neck, shaking. If I had known about her, Tae Young tried. If you had known what? You would have stayed? You would have answered those emails? Sienna shook her head. You didn't want to know. You wanted out. You got exactly what you wanted. That's not fair. Fair? The word came, out like a slap. Was it fair that I assembled a crib alone? Was it fair that my sister held my hand during labor because you couldn't be bothered to return a phone call? Was it fair that I've had to answer Zoe's questions about why she doesn't have a daddy while you were living your best life? Tae Young absorbed each accusation like physical blows. I'm sorry. God, Sienna, I'm so sorry. Your apologies don't mean anything. You had 4 years to be sorry, 4 years to find me, to explain, to care. You didn't. Sienna turned toward the parking lot. Stay away from us. He followed. I won't give up. I can't. She's my daughter. You're... Sienna whirled around. I'm what? Your wife? I stopped being your wife the day you left. I'm nothing to you, and you're nothing to us. She reached her car and fumbled with her keys, hands shaking. Tae Young stood 10 feet away, watching as she buckled Zoe into her car seat. I never stopped loving you. he said quietly. Sienna paused. For just a moment, her armor showed a crack, and he saw the depth of pain she'd been carrying. Then she slammed it shut. Then you have a funny way of showing love. She got in without looking at him. Goodbye, Tae Young. She drove away, leaving him standing alone, watching the tail lights disappear. Inside the car, Sienna gripped the steering wheel, knuckles white. In the back seat, Zoe had quieted to hiccups. Mommy? Was that man really my daddy? Sienna's throat tightened. Yes, baby, he is. Why doesn't he live with us? It's complicated, Zoe, grown-up stuff. But he seemed nice. He saved me. He looks like me. Zoe's logic was painfully simple. If he's my daddy, why can't he live with us? Sienna blinked back tears. Because sometimes people can't be together, even when they want to be. Does he not want me? The question broke Sienna's heart. Oh, baby, no. You are the most wanted, most loved little girl in the entire world. Don't ever think otherwise. Then I don't understand. I know, sweetie, I know. At home, Sienna went through the motions. Bath time, dinner neither ate, pajamas, teeth, bedtime story. But her mind was miles away, cycling through the park confrontation endlessly. After Zoe fell asleep, Sienna stood in her doorway, watching her breathe. The little girl had kicked off her covers, one arm thrown overhead. She had Tae Young's nose, his eyes, the same curve to her smile. Evidence of a love that had once felt eternal, now just a genetic reminder of everything that had fallen apart. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Please, just let me explain. I know I don't deserve it, but I'm begging. For Zoe. Tae. Sienna blocked it without responding. Another buzz. Different number. I'll be at the Park Hyatt if you change your mind. Room 2847. I'm not leaving Atlanta until we talk. T. She blocked that one too. By bedtime, she'd blocked 7 numbers. Each text more desperate. Each deleted without reading past the first line. If you're already hooked, hit that subscribe button right now. This story is about to get so much more complicated. Drop a comment. Should Sienna hear him out, or did he lose that right 4 years ago? Across the city at the Park Hyatt, Tae Young sat in darkness, staring at his phone. Every text showed delivered but never read. He'd tried calling, straight to voicemail every time. His associate, Min Jae, entered with contracts. Sir, the Seoul office needs your signature. Not now. The board is expecting these by morning. I said not now! Tae Young snapped, then regretted it. He ran both hands through his hair. I'm sorry, just give me time. Min Jae hesitated. Is it true, what I heard about the park? Tae Young's silence was answer enough. She's yours? The little girl? Yes. The word came out broken. She's mine, and Sienna won't let me anywhere near her. Can you blame her? You did leave. I had reasons, good reasons. Did you tell her those reasons? Tae Young shook his head. She wouldn't listen. She hates me, Min Jae, and I deserve it. So what are you going to do? Tae Young looked up. Whatever it takes. I lost 4 years with my daughter. I'm not losing any more. Even if it means fighting Sienna? Even then. Tae Young paced the expensive room. She built this incredible life without me. She became this powerhouse CEO, raised an amazing daughter, survived everything I put her through. She's extraordinary, but that doesn't change the fact that Zoe is my daughter too. Min Jae set the contracts down. The board won't like an extended stay. They want you back in Seoul. Then they'll be disappointed. I'm not going anywhere. After Min Jae left, Tae Young tried Sienna's number again. It didn't even ring, just went to that automated message. She'd blocked his personal cell too. He opened his laptop and typed, Sienna, I know you don't want to hear from me. I know I have no right to ask for anything, but I'm asking anyway. Not for me. For Zoe. She deserves to know her father. She deserves the truth about why I left. She deserves better than the story you've had to tell her. I'm not asking to be in your life. I'm asking for a chance to be in hers. Please. Tae Young. He hit send and waited, watching the screen. 2 weeks passed in a blur of blocked numbers and deleted emails. Sienna threw herself into work, staying at the office until midnight, taking calls at dawn, anything to avoid thinking about Tae Young's reappearance. Her assistant Crystal noticed. You're doing it again. Doing what? Sienna didn't look up. Working yourself to death. You haven't left before 11 in 2 weeks. You've been here every weekend. Crystal sat down. What happened? Sienna's fingers froze. She hadn't told anyone except Maya, and Maya had flown in for an emergency weekend, drinking wine and telling Sienna she was allowed to be angry as long as she needed. Nothing. Just busy. Sienna. Crystal's voice was gentle. I've worked for you 3 years. I know when something's wrong. Is it the Choi Industries partnership? Everything happened at that meeting, Sienna wanted to say. My past walked into my present, and now I can't breathe. Instead, it's fine. Personal stuff. Nothing to worry about. Crystal didn't look convinced. Well, you should know. He's been calling, every day, multiple times. Sienna's blood ran cold. Who? Tae Young Choi, asking to speak with you. I've been telling him you're unavailable, but he's persistent. Tell him to stop. Tell him if he calls again, I'll file a restraining order. Crystal's eyebrows shot up. That's serious? That's serious. Sienna turned back to her computer. Conversation over. But after Crystal left, Sienna couldn't focus. Her email pinged. Subject, please from taekoichoyaindustries.com. Her finger hovered over delete. She should delete it. Block his work email too. Instead, she opened it. Short, desperate. Exactly what she expected. Him begging for access to Zoe, claiming he deserved a chance, promising to follow any rules. Sienna read it 3 times, then deleted it without responding. 3 weeks after the park, Sienna had to attend a business gala. She considered skipping, but the networking was too important. So she put on her armor, an emerald green Versace gown, hair swept up, makeup flawless. She looked like a woman who had conquered the world. She felt like she was barely holding together. The ballroom glittered with Atlanta's elite. Champagne flowed. Orchestra played. Sienna made her rounds, shaking hands, small talk, professional mask firmly in place. She was standing alone near the bar, calculating how soon she could leave, when a voice interrupted. You look like you'd rather be anywhere else. Sienna turned to find a man in his early 30s, classically handsome, sandy brown hair, warm blue eyes, genuine smile. His tuxedo fit perfectly. That obvious? She offered a polite smile. Only because I feel the same. He extended his hand. Junpyo Matthews. Most people call me JP. Sienna Hayes. She shook his hand, noting his firm grip. I know. I've heard impressive things about Nexus Innovations. His smile widened. Done my homework. Clearly, Matthews' development, West Coast, expanding to Atlanta. Someone else has done their homework too. He gestured to the bar. Can I buy you a drink, or is that too forward? Something about his easy manner made Sienna's shoulders relax. Just water. I'm driving. They moved to a quieter corner, and conversation flowed naturally. JP was funny without trying too hard, asked questions without interrogating, shared stories about construction disasters that made her actually laugh. Not polite society laugh, but genuine, rusty from disuse. So what brings a tech CEO to a real estate gala? JP asked after their second water. Networking, partnerships, the usual. She studied him. What brings a West Coast developer to Atlanta? Honestly? Fresh start? Something flickered across his face. Divorce finalized 6 months ago. Needed a change. I'm sorry. Don't be. We wanted different things. She wanted kids and white picket fences. I wanted not that. He caught himself. That sounded terrible. I'm not anti-family, just anti-pretending. Sienna understood more than she admitted. Honesty is underrated, isn't it? He leaned in slightly. So, Sienna Hayes, CEO, brilliant, beautiful. Why are you here alone? Who says I'm alone? The way you've positioned yourself. Back to wall, clear view of exits, no one approaching. Classic defensive posture. His smile was knowing. I recognize it because I do the same. Despite herself, Sienna was intrigued. Are you analyzing me, Mr. Matthews? Just observing. Occupational hazard. He paused. Can I be honest? Please. I'd like to get to know you better, not in a pushy way. Just coffee, lunch, conversation between two people who'd rather not be at a gala. Sienna's instinct was to refuse, but something stopped her. Maybe his easy manner, maybe the way he didn't look at her like a puzzle to solve, maybe just relief from talking to someone who didn't know her history. I'm not looking for romance, she said carefully. Neither am I. Fresh start, remember? He pulled out his phone. What about friendship? Two business owners navigating Atlanta? I have a daughter, 4 years old. She's my priority. I'd expect nothing less. His sincerity seemed genuine. Coffee, as friends. No pressure. Sienna surprised herself. Okay, coffee. They exchanged numbers. As JP walked away to schmooze some investors, Sienna felt lighter than she had in weeks. Her phone buzzed. Tae Young again, number 18. I saw the partnership numbers. Your company is thriving. I always knew you'd be extraordinary. Twy. She deleted and blocked it. 1 week later, Sienna met JP at an upscale coffee shop. He arrived on time, carrying a folder. Hope you don't mind. I have ideas I wanted to run by you. Over lattes, he spread architectural plans. I'm developing a mixed-use complex, retail, residential, office. I need a tech infrastructure partner, someone innovative. Sienna studied the plans, her mind immediately seeing possibilities. This is ambitious. That's why I need Nexus. Your reputation for innovation is exactly what this needs. They talked for 2 hours, conversation flowing from business to personal and back. JP shared his vision for sustainable development. Sienna found herself engaged in ways she hadn't been in months. You're different than I expected, JP said as they left. Different how? Warmer. The Forbes profile made you seem untouchable. Sienna laughed. I have good publicists and good instincts. Your daughter is lucky. The mention of Zoe made Sienna pause. She's my world. I can tell. You checked your phone 3 times in the first 15 minutes, making sure she was okay with the sitter? Nanny. And yes, my sister has kids. I recognize the constant vigilance. He smiled. It's admirable. Too many people put business first. As they parted, JP said casually, Same time next week? I'd like that. Walking to her car, Sienna realized she hadn't thought about Tae Young in hours. Progress. Her phone buzzed. Tae Young, number 21. Please, Sienna, I need to explain. What I did, why I did it. You deserve the truth. Zoe deserves a father. I'm begging. Twy. Sienna stared at the message longer than she should, then deleted and blocked. But this time, something felt different. Maybe JP's easy friendship showing her not all men complicated everything. Maybe exhaustion from maintaining walls. Maybe just time. She opened her email and typed, "You get 1 hour, 1 conversation, then you leave me alone. Thursday, 2 p.m., Marcel's restaurant, downtown. Come alone. Sienna." She hit send before she could change her mind. Thursday arrived too quickly, and not quickly enough. Sienna spent the morning at Nexus, trying to focus on quarterly reports, but her mind kept drifting to the restaurant reservation, to the conversation she'd agreed to have, to the man she'd spent 4 years trying to forget. Crystal knocked on her door at noon. "You have that meeting at 2, right? The one you blocked off as personal?" "Yes." Sienna's voice was tight. "You look like you're heading to war." "Maybe I am." After Crystal left, Sienna stood in front of the mirror in her private bathroom, adjusting her sharp black Saint Laurent pantsuit. Hair in a sleek bun, minimal jewelry, armor for whatever came next. She looked like a woman who had nothing to fear, who'd conquered the world through sheer force of will. She felt like she was about to shatter into 1,000 pieces. At 1:50, she texted Maya, "About to meet him. If you don't hear from me in 2 hours, assume I've committed murder." Maya responded immediately, "Want me to come? I can be there in 15. "No, I need to do this alone." "You're stronger than you know, sis. Call me after. Love you." Sienna arrived at Marcel's at 1:55, choosing a corner table with clear, sight lines to both entrances. She ordered water, checked her phone. Zoe was with the nanny, safe. Maya was on standby. Everything was under control. Except her hands were shaking. At exactly 2 p.m., Tae Young walked through the door. He looked different than at the park. More controlled, more formal. Expensive Armani suit, hair perfectly styled, but his eyes betrayed exhaustion. Dark circles suggested he'd been sleeping as poorly as she had. He spotted her, and for a moment, neither moved. 4 years of absence compressed into a single look. Then he walked over, every step measured, careful. "Thank you for agreeing to meet." His voice was formal, cautious. "Sit. You have 1 hour." He sat across from her, and the waiter appeared immediately. Tae Young ordered coffee he wouldn't drink. The waiter left. Silence stretched between them like a chasm. "You look well," Tae Young finally said. "Don't." Sienna's voice was sharp. "Don't do small talk. You wanted to explain. So explain." He nodded, swallowing hard. "Where do I start?" "The beginning. The night you left." Tae Young's hands clasped together on the table. "I didn't want to leave. I need you to know that first." "But you did." "Because staying would have killed you." Sienna's eyebrows raised. Dramatic. "I'm serious." He leaned forward. "Sienna, did you ever wonder about my family's business? How Choi Industries grew so fast?" "I assumed smart investments, good business sense." "That's part of it." His jaw tightened. "The other part is illegal." The restaurant noise faded as Sienna processed his words. "What?" "Offshore accounts, money laundering, political corruption. My father built the company on connections to a criminal syndicate." Tae Young's voice dropped. "I didn't know the full extent until 6 months into our marriage." Sienna's mind raced. "You're telling me you were involved in, not willingly, but complicit. And when I found out, when I tried to extract myself, they made it clear there's no leaving." "I don't understand what this has to do with you." He cut her off. "Remember the business documents I asked you to sign? Partnership agreements for the Chicago office?" Sienna's stomach dropped. "Yes." "One of those documents linked you legally to the offshore accounts. They made me do it. Insurance, they called it. If I tried to expose them, you'd go down too. The room tilted. You made me an accessory to criminal activity? I didn't know what I was signing either until it was too late. Tae Young's voice cracked. And when I found out, when I realized what I'd done to you, I panicked. I went to my father's lawyer, begging for a way out. For you, not me. And he said there was only one way to protect you. Immediate divorce, public separation. If you weren't my wife, if you had no connection to Choi Industries, they couldn't use you as leverage. Sienna's breathing was shallow. So you left. They told me it had to be convincing. If anyone suspected I still cared about you, they'd use you anyway. Kidnapping, blackmail, worse. Tae Young's eyes were wet. So I destroyed our marriage. On our anniversary, I made you believe I didn't love you. I made you hate me. Because you thought that would keep me safe. Because it was the only way. And then I moved to Tokyo. Not with Yuki. We were never together like the photos suggested. She was a business associate who agreed to help maintain the illusion. Sienna sat back, processing. 4 years. You let me think you abandoned me for 4 years. I changed everything. My email, my phone, I couldn't risk contact. If they knew I was still connected to you emotionally, you'd be vulnerable. And the pregnancy? Tae Young's face crumbled. I swear to God, Sienna, I never got those messages. I had my assistant filtering everything, blocking anything from Chicago. I didn't want to be tempted to reach out. I didn't know about Zoe. Silence fell between them, heavy with revelation. Say something, Tae Young pleaded. Anything. Sienna's voice was quiet, dangerous. You ruined my life to save it. Yes. You made me go through pregnancy alone, labor alone, 4 years of single motherhood alone. I know. You let me hate you. You let me build walls so high I didn't think anyone could ever climb them. I know. Tears streamed down his face. I'm so sorry, Sienna. I'm so deeply sorry. Why now? Why come back now? Because it's over. The investigation finally concluded. My father's arrested, the syndicate's dismantled. You're safe. You've been safe for 6 months. He reached across the table, stopping short of touching her. But I didn't know where you were. I didn't know if you'd remarried, if you'd moved on. Then the partnership deal came across my desk, and I saw your name. I couldn't believe it. I thought maybe I could see you again. Explain. Apologize. And Zoe? I had no idea. None. If I'd known. His voice broke. I missed everything. Her birth, her first steps, her first words, 4 years of my daughter's life because I was trying to protect her mother. Sienna's hands shook. She clasped them in her lap. You should have told me. Would you have left if I had? The question hung. Sienna knew the answer. She would have stayed, would have fought beside him, would have risked everything. Exactly, Tae Young said quietly, reading her face. You would have stayed, and they would have destroyed you. I couldn't let that happen. So you destroyed us instead. Yes. More silence. The waiter approached, saw their faces, retreated. I need you to understand, Tae Young continued. I thought about you every single day. Every morning I woke up alone. I thought about you. Every business deal, every decision. I wondered what you'd think. Every woman I met, I compared to you and found them lacking. Don't. It's true. There's been no one else, Sienna. Not Yuki, not anyone. How could there be? You're it for me. You always were. Sienna stood abruptly. I need air. Sienna, give me a minute, please. She walked outside, the Atlanta heat hitting her like a wall. Her mind spun with information, emotion, confusion. Criminal syndicates, illegal documents, 4 years of protection she never asked for. Her phone buzzed. JP texting. Hey, Found a great Ethiopian place. Lunch tomorrow? My treat. The contrast was stark. JP, easy, uncomplicated, present. Tae Young, complicated, painful, past. She went back inside. Tae Young stood when she approached, hope naked on his face. Sienna sat. I believe you. His relief was palpable. Thank you. Thank you. But it doesn't change anything. What? You made a choice. I understand why you made it, but you still made it without me. You decided what I could handle, what I couldn't. You chose what was best for me without asking me. I was trying to protect. I know, and I get it. But protection without consent is just control with good intentions. Sienna's voice was steady now. You took my agency. You took my choice. You took 4 years of my life and made them about your guilt instead of my survival. I never meant, I know what you meant, but intentions don't undo damage. Tae Young's face showed his desperation. What can I do? How can I fix this? You can't. What's done is done. But Zoe is my daughter, mine. I raised her, I fed her, I comforted her when she cried. I built a life for us from nothing. Sienna's eyes hardened. You don't get to claim her now, because your conscience hurts. She's my daughter too. Biologically. That's all. Sienna, please. But... She stopped him. She deserves to know you. Not because you've earned it, but because she deserves the chance to have a father. Hope flickered. You'll let me see her? Supervised, limited, on my terms. Sienna leaned forward. You don't get to tell her you're her father until I say so. You don't get alone time until I trust you. You don't get to disrupt her life because you finally decided to show up. Anything. I'll do anything. And you stay out of my personal life. You don't get updates on who I'm dating or what I'm doing. We're not friends. We're not reconciling. We're co-parents at best. The word dating hit him visibly, but he nodded. Understood. Good. Sienna stood again. I'll email you details about meeting Zoe. Supervised visit. Neutral location? Thank you. He stood too. Sienna, I still love you. I need you to know that. She looked at him for a long moment. I loved you too. Past tense. Whatever we were died 4 years ago. Let it stay dead. She walked away, leaving him standing in the restaurant. In her car, Sienna finally allowed herself to break. Tears streamed down her face as 4 years of anger, pain, and confusion crashed over her. Her phone buzzed. JP again. Also, I know a guy who does smart home integration. Could be huge for the project. Let's discuss? She wiped her eyes, typed back. Tomorrow. Lunch sounds perfect. Then she called Maya. I met with him. And I need wine. Lots of wine. On my way. Over the next month, Sienna's life developed a rhythm. Twice a week, she had lunch or dinner with JP. The mixed-use project moved forward, requiring frequent meetings, but it was more than business now. They texted daily, shared inside jokes, celebrated small victories together. JP was easy in ways Tae Young had never been. He made her laugh with contractor horror stories. He asked about Zoe genuinely, remembered details about her preschool. He never pushed for more than friendship, respecting Sienna's boundaries. One evening, they were at his project site, a massive lot in Midtown that would become luxury condos and retail space. This is where the tech hub will be. JP pointed to architectural plans. Your smart building systems integrated throughout. Residents control everything from their phones. It's ambitious, Sienna admitted, studying the specs, but doable. We'd need to custom design the infrastructure. That's why I need Nexus. Anyone can install basic systems. You'd make it revolutionary. They talked for hours, problem-solving, innovating. Sienna felt her creative mind engaging in ways it hadn't since starting her company. As they packed up, JP said casually, "You're different than when we first met." "Different how?" "Lighter. You smiled maybe twice at the gala. Tonight you've smiled dozens of times." Sienna paused. He was right. The weight she'd been carrying felt marginally lighter. "Maybe I needed a friend." "Happy to oblige." He handed her the hard hat she'd borrowed. "Same time next week?" "Wouldn't miss it." Walking to her car, Sienna realized she hadn't thought about Tae Young in hours, maybe days. Progress. 3 weeks after the restaurant meeting, Sienna kept her promise with Tae Young. She agreed to a supervised visit with Zoe at the Atlanta Children's Museum. Neutral, public, safe. Saturday morning arrived too quickly. Sienna dressed Zoe in her favorite pink dress, braided her hair, tried to explain what was about to happen. "Remember Superman from the park?" Sienna kept her voice light. "The one who saved you from the bike?" "Yes. Is he coming, too?" "He is. He wants to spend some time with you today. Is that okay?" "Yes!" Zoe bounced excitedly. "Can we show him the mermaids? I love the mermaids." Sienna's heart clenched. Her daughter had no idea she was about to spend the day with her father. No idea how this simple visit could change everything. They arrived at the museum at 10. Tae Young was already there, waiting by the entrance. He looked nervous, hands trembling slightly as they approached. He'd brought a gift, a plush Ariel. Zoe's eyes lit up. "Ariel the mermaid! Mommy, look!" "That's very nice of him. What do you say, Zoe?" "Thank you, Superman man." Zoe hugged the plush toy. Tae Young knelt down to her level, his voice soft. "You're welcome. I heard you like mermaids." "I love them. Come on, I'll show you my favorite exhibit." Zoe grabbed his hand unselfconsciously, dragging him toward the entrance. Sienna followed, heart in her throat, watching her daughter's small hand in Tae Young's larger one. Watching them walk together, heads bent in conversation. Watching the family they should have been. The visit was awkward but sweet. Tae Young tried too hard, overcompensating with enthusiasm about every exhibit. Zoe was completely herself, chattering nonstop about mermaids, space, the human body, everything the museum had to offer. Sienna hung back, observing. She saw Tae Young's mannerisms reflected in their daughter. The way Zoe tilted her head when thinking, the specific cadence of her laugh, the way she used her hands when explaining something exciting. After an hour, they stopped at the fossil display. Zoe pressed her nose against the glass, explaining mermaid facts with 4-year-old confidence. "Did you know mermaids evolved from male deities and goddesses? And they lived 68 million years ago. That's older than Mommy." Tae Young laughed, and the sound made Sienna's chest ache. "Much older than Mommy." Zoe turned suddenly, looking between the two adults. "Superman man, are you going to come every Saturday?" Tae Young glanced at Sienna, asking permission. She gave a slight nod. "If your mom says I can, I'd like that very much." "Yes!" Zoe jumped up and down. "Mommy, can he? Please!" Sienna forced a smile. "We'll see, baby. Let's finish looking at the mermaids first." 2 hours in, Sienna called it. "Time to go, Zoe. Say thank you for the mermaid and for showing you around." "Thank you, Superman man. This was the best day ever." Zoe hugged him spontaneously, and Sienna watched Tae Young's face crumble with emotion as he carefully hugged their daughter back. In the parking lot, after Zoe was buckled in and distracted with her new toy, Tae Young approached Sienna. "Thank you. For today, for letting me—" His voice broke. "She's amazing. You did an amazing job raising her." "I know. Can I do this again?" Next week? Sienna nodded. Same time, same place. Don't be late. I won't. I promise. He hesitated. Sienna, don't. Whatever you're about to say, don't. This is about Zoe. Only Zoe. He nodded, backing away. Right. Of course. Just Zoe. In the car, Zoe chattered happily. I really like Superman Man, Mommy. He's nice and funny and he knows about mermaids. Can he be my friend? Sienna's eyes filled with tears. Yes, baby. He can be your friend. Good. I hope he comes back next Saturday. He will, Zoe. He will. That evening, after Zoe was asleep, Sienna's phone rang. JP. Hey, how was your day? Something in his easy tone made her smile despite everything. Complicated, but okay. How's the project? Hit a snag with the permits, but nothing we can't fix. He paused. Listen, I know this is maybe forward, but there's this rooftop restaurant downtown I've been wanting to try. Any chance you're free for dinner tomorrow? As friends, obviously. Sienna hesitated. Dinner felt more significant than lunch somehow, more intentional. Come on, JP coaxed. When's the last time you did something just for you? No business agenda, no kid logistics, just good food and conversation? He had a point. Okay, dinner. As friends. Perfect. I'll text you the details. And Sienna? Yeah? Whatever made today complicated, you handled it. You always do. After they hung up, Sienna sat in the quiet of her living room, phone in hand, and let herself imagine it. A life with JP, easy and uncomplicated. No criminal syndicates or 4-year absences, just present, steady, real. Her phone buzzed. Tae Young. Thank you for today. Seeing Zoe was everything. She's perfect. And it's all because of you. Can we schedule another visit? Twy. Sienna typed back. Next Saturday, 10 a.m. Don't be late. Then she pulled up JP's text thread and smiled at his message about the restaurant. 2 men. 2 completely different futures. One representing her painful past, the other a potential new beginning. She had no idea which one to choose, or if she even had to choose at all. 3 months passed in a strange new rhythm. Every Saturday morning, Sienna took Zoe to meet Tae Young. They rotated locations: Children's Museum, Zoo, Aquarium, various parks around Atlanta. Each visit was supervised, carefully timed, emotionally exhausting. Zoe adored him. She'd started calling him Mr. Tae instead of Superman Man, and the change felt significant somehow. More personal, more real. She'd run to him at each meetup, chattering about her week at preschool, showing him drawings she'd made, asking him questions about Korea and mermaids and whether he liked pizza. Tae Young was patient, attentive, clearly smitten with his daughter. He brought thoughtful gifts, art supplies, books about space, a child's telescope. He listened to her endless stories with genuine interest. He never pushed, never overstepped, never tried to tell Zoe he was her father. But Sienna saw it eating at him, saw the pain flash across his face every time Zoe called him Mr. Tae instead of Daddy. Saw how his hands would clench when Zoe mentioned Mommy's friend JP, who was really nice and knows magic tricks, because JP had become a significant part of their lives too. The dinner at the rooftop restaurant had been perfect. City lights sparkling below, warm breeze, conversation flowing easily from business to personal and back again. JP made her laugh, made her feel seen, made her remember she was more than just a mother and a CEO. After that, dinners became regular. Twice a week, sometimes 3. He'd integrated seamlessly into her life, and more importantly, into Zoe's. The first time JP met Zoe had been casual. Sunday brunch, neutral territory. Zoe had been shy at first, hiding behind Sienna's legs. Then JP pulled a quarter from behind Zoe's ear, made it disappear, made it reappear from his pocket, and Zoe was hooked. Do it again! Do it again! JP obliged, his easy smile never wavering. By the end of brunch, Zoe was chattering away, telling him about her favorite dinosaurs, showing him the drawings in her backpack. I like JP, Zoe declared in the car afterward. Can he come to the park with us sometime? And so it began. JP joining them for Sunday outings, JP helping Zoe with puzzles while Sienna cooked dinner, JP reading bedtime stories in funny voices that made Zoe giggle uncontrollably. It was comfortable, easy, uncomplicated in ways Sienna had forgotten relationships could be. Until the Saturday that everything shattered. Sienna and Zoe had just finished lunch at a casual restaurant near the park where they were supposed to meet Tae Young. As they stepped outside, Zoe spotted him first. Mr. Tae! Mr. Tae! She started running toward him, but Sienna's heart stopped, because walking out of the restaurant behind her, laughing at something she'd said, was JP. Time seemed to freeze as 4 people converged on the sidewalk. Tae Young's eyes moved from Sienna to JP, to their intertwined proximity, and understanding dawned with devastating clarity. Zoe, oblivious to the tension, grabbed Tae Young's hand. Mr. Tae, this is JP. He does magic, and he's really nice, and he comes to our house sometimes. JP, reading the situation if not understanding it fully, extended his hand professionally. Nice to meet you. Tae Young shook it mechanically, his jaw tight, eyes never leaving Sienna's face. You too. Awkward silence stretched. Zoe bounced between them, holding the red hair mermaid toy Tae Young had given her months ago. Can JP come to the park with us today? Please, Mommy? No, sweetie. Today is just you and Mr. Tae, remember? Sienna's voice was strained. JP has other plans. I do, JP agreed quickly, sensing he needed an exit. But I'll see you tomorrow for pancakes, okay, Zoe? Okay. Zoe hugged his leg. Bye, JP. After JP left with a concerned glance back at Sienna, she turned to find Tae Young's eyes burning with barely controlled emotion. We should go, Sienna said. The park is... How long? Tae Young's voice was low, dangerous. Excuse me? How long have you been with him, around my daughter? Sienna's eyes flashed. First, she's our daughter. Second, who I spend time with is none of your business. It is when he's around Zoe. He's been nothing but good to her. More than... Sienna stopped herself, but the implication hung heavy. More than what? More than me? Tae Young's voice rose slightly. I'm trying, Sienna. I'm doing everything you asked. Supervised visits, boundaries, patience. But seeing you with him... Stop! Sienna stepped closer, voice dropping so Zoe wouldn't hear. You don't get to be jealous. You don't get to have an opinion about my personal life. We agreed. That was before I knew you were introducing another man to my daughter as some kind of father figure. He's not a father figure. He's my friend. Friends don't look at each other the way he looked at you. Sienna's face hardened. We're done with this conversation. Zoe, say hi to Mr. Tae so we can go to the park. The park visit was tense. Tae Young tried to engage with Zoe, but his attention kept drifting to Sienna, to questions he couldn't ask with their daughter present. Sienna kept her distance, checking her phone more than usual, visibly uncomfortable. After 2 hours instead of their usual 3, Sienna called it early. We need to go, Zoe. Mommy has work to catch up on. In the parking lot, after Zoe was buckled in and distracted with her tablet, Tae Young approached Sienna one more time. I need to talk to you. Really talk. Not like this, not rushed. We've said everything we need to say. No, we haven't. He ran a hand through his hair, frustration evident. You're moving on. building a life with someone else, and I'm just supposed to watch from the sidelines with my supervised Saturday visits? Yes, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. That's not fair. Fair? Sienna's laugh was bitter. You want to talk about fair? You had 4 years to figure out what you wanted. I have a right to do the same. So, you're with him, JP? That's none of your business. Sienna, please. His voice cracked. I love you. I never stopped loving you. Doesn't that mean anything? It means you feel guilty. It means you want to fix what you broke. But wanting something and deserving it are two different things. So I just lose? I lose you and half my daughter's life because I was trying to protect you? You don't lose Zoe. You get exactly what I'm allowing. Supervised time with your daughter. That's generous considering you were gone for 4 years. I told you why, and I believe you, but it doesn't change the fact that JP was there when you weren't. He makes Zoe laugh. He makes me feel like I can breathe again. He's present, Tae Young. That matters. Tae Young stood there, absorbing the words like physical blows. So that's it? You've decided? I've decided to move forward. You should too. She got in her car and drove away, leaving him standing alone once again. That evening, after Zoe was asleep, Sienna sat in her darkened living room, phone in hand. She had messages from both men. JP, everything okay? That seemed intense earlier. Here if you need to talk. Tae Young, I won't give up. On you or Zoe or us. I can't. You're my family. She responded to JP first. I'm fine. Thank you for understanding. See you tomorrow? Absolutely. I'll bring real coffee, not that stuff you try to pass off as drinkable. She smiled despite everything, then opened Tae Young's message. Her fingers hovered over the keyboard for a long moment before she typed. There is no us anymore. There's Zoe's father and Zoe's mother co-parenting. That's all. Accept it. But before she could hit send, her doorbell rang. Sienna's heart rate spiked. She checked the camera. Tae Young, looking disheveled and desperate. She opened the door but didn't invite him in. What are you doing here? It's 9 p.m. Zoe's asleep. I can't do this anymore. Can't do what? Watch you build a life with someone else. Watch my daughter not know who I am. Pretend I'm okay being a stranger in my own family. Tae Young, you're scaring me. You need to leave. I'm not leaving. Not this time. He stepped forward, voice intense. I love you. I love Zoe. I know I don't deserve either of you. I know I ruined everything, but I'm not giving up. You don't have a choice. Mommy? A small voice came from behind Sienna. Who's at the door? Sienna's blood ran cold. She turned to see Zoe standing in the hallway in her pink pajamas, rubbing sleep from her eyes. Tae Young looked past Sienna to their daughter, and something in his face changed. Resolve, decision, desperation. Zoe, he said, his voice gentle but firm. I need to tell you something. I'm not just Mr. Tae. I'm your father. I'm your daddy. Time stopped. Sienna's hand flew to her mouth, rage and shock warring on her face. Zoe's expression scrunched in confusion. Superman Man is my daddy? Yes, baby, I am. Get out! Sienna's voice rose to a shout. Get out right now! Sienna, she deserves to know. I said get out! Zoe started crying, overwhelmed by the yelling. Sienna scooped her up, holding her tight. Tae Young backed away, immediately realizing his mistake. I'm sorry, I just thought. Sienna slammed the door in his face. Inside, she crouched down with Zoe, both of them crying now. It's okay, baby. Mommy's not mad at you. Is he really my daddy? Sienna closed her eyes, feeling her carefully constructed world crumble. Yes, baby, he is. Why didn't you tell me? Because it's so complicated, Zoe. So very complicated. Her phone was ringing. JP. She let it go to voicemail. Everything had changed, and she had no idea how to fix it. If you've made it this far, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Part 3 is going to be absolutely explosive. Drop a comment. Was Tae Young right to tell Zoe the truth? Or did he just destroy any chance he had? Let me know what you think should happen next. Like this video if you're invested in this story. Part 3 coming soon.